I don't.
I'm outside.
Right, I am.
You didn't hear that banging?
Oh no, I think the marshal's office is now soundproof.
Oh, must be nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, what's up?
Apparently the feds are coming out sometime this week to give us some specialized form of training or some shit.
Oh.
So actually we'll go a little further away. Um, so a few months ago, actually wait, the other day, right, when I referenced the thing that occurred between McNulty and the Faceless, how much did I go into that? I think I did say that we had a guy in custody, correct?
You said there was a guy in ICU, and you said that McNulty's camera was removed, and that's about it, I think.
Yes. Did I go into how bad the situation was?
I don't know. You said a lot, so I don't know. Maybe.
That's fair. So just to recap, uh, obviously you've been on the Faceless tablet, correct?
Yes, I've
Like
seen that.
VR
Yeah.
chip. Yeah. So I'm just gonna fill you in on the events that have occurred since, as well as the general events in general. So I was having a conversation with Brian Knight the other day after everything that occurred, in which I made a bit of a connection. The guy that we apprehended with the with the red face mask, uh, the guy who was in the Buzzard, who McNulty chased before he received his red card. Um, I don't know if you okay. Have you ever seen anyone wearing a face mask like Charlie's before?
Uh. Oh fuck. What is Charlie's the what?
Would you
The
like to see
white
the face
one.
mask?
Yeah.
Yeah, the white
Show me a
one.
picture just in case.
Okay, so check out incident 19732. I made sure that the law enforcement on scene took photos of him with the mask and without the mask. It's a little obscured because it's on the ground, but you get to see it.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
That's not the kind.
Now,
The mess that I've seen. Um. That was a white one was back in fucking hell. Hold on, let me find you the incident report. It
I
was
believe
the
Hobbler's
chicken
also taken photos
factory.
of his face. Yes, the chicken factory where Charlie was the pilot. I remember that one, although I do need to get that report up
I
again.
don't know whether we ever
There's also
PID'd him though, because the situation kind of got messy and they got him out of there.
yeah, Kane let me know about that one.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, there was also no blood or whatever. But uh, let me see if I can find another report of Hobbler's where he took a photo of Charlie's face. Because you remember the masquerade ball thing that happened?
You know what? I remember this was
Yeah,
when I was away. I was back in England,
yeah,
and Gunnar was like sent me the leaflet, like the brochure,
yeah,
whatever for that.
yeah.
I was like, "There's no way this is actually happening." And then I
Oh
actually
yeah, no, they did that.
I read the report about it the other day, and some guy fucking died or some shit.
Yeah,
And I
there
don't
was
know.
like a
It sounds like
police chase from there. I don't.
there what? I don't know who.
There was, yeah.
What was the report I read? Do we have? We should have that house on fucking 24-hour surveillance if we don't already.
Well, McNulty put cameras up on the house. That's how we were able to apprehend this guy because he left the house,
Thanks, brothers.
and then afterwards they moved the cameras. The Faceless moved the police cameras.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if McNulty's put up more since. I think personally he'd be kind of dumb to try and pull that off because they've already given him a red card. I assume it only gets worse from here, and the fact that he just apprehended one of their assets is not going to be such a great thing for him moving forward. Not that McNulty would ever give a fuck, but it's still something to keep in mind. Now, the reason that I bring this up is because the man that we apprehended, uh, sorry, I'm just making sure that I have photo. Okay, yeah, I have a photo of Charlie standing on a roof. A great photo of him, but it is something. Mask does look very, very similar.
What's the report?
It's a Marshal report.
Well, I've
I'd
got,
have
there's
to
a
send you
picture
the
of
list.
him in the masquerade report.
There is? Wow.
Uh,
What?
investigative report 31510.
Right, give me a second.
And it's the last photo, and he's on the right.
Oh shit, yeah, you're right. It is the same mask. Same stylization and everything, same bullet holes, same crisscross pattern. So,
Yeah.
here's what I will say. Um, I had a bit of a, you know, hallelujah moment where I
Okay.
realized that I had seen the name Rain somewhere before, right?
Okay.
Don't know if you're aware of this or not, but if you head into the Skyno Control Center portion of the Faceless tablet, it
I see
lists their
that.
assets
Oh, you're saying, okay. Oh,
within the tablet.
okay.
It lists Charlie as their operations guy. Wait,
Mm-hmm.
let me head back to my gallery. 1 second. It lists Charlie as their tactical unit, Al as their recon specialist, and Rain as their assault unit.
Interesting.
The man that we apprehended's name was Arthur Rain. When
And
it
this
comes to
was this following the Darkstone incident, or?
so following the Darkstone incident, McNulty was checking the cameras where he noticed a man leaving the echelon. That man was in a black suit with a red mask.
Ah, okay.
That exact same outfit had been seen the previous day when someone was assassinated by the Faceless. McNulty chased the guy down. Guy got into a bloody military attack helicopter. They shot the military attack helicopter down after it tried to open fire on law enforcement. They apprehended the guy and no more resistance,
Whoa.
which is odd because it's the Faceless.
Yeah.
Take the guy back to the hospital. Guy had a heavy rifle, a heavy sniper, and a deagle on him.
And a
Now,
tracker.
and a tracker and a sneaky bush and a few other things. Like it looked like a super sneaky little bush. Um, he also had a faceless coin on him, as well as the City Chronicle, specifically issue 5. I don't remember if I have issue 5 on me currently, but I do have it within. Actually, give me 1 second. I know I have a copy. Just give me like literally 1 second.
When did I get this? A lucky keyring? I don't remember getting that. They've got this guy in custody. That's gonna be a fun interrogation.
All right, issue 5 is currently on me. I believe that this is the Charlie issue. This is the missiles ran over Polito one. Specifically mentions August.
Wait, his gun was hot.
Why? Why would he be carrying that?
Was it number 5?
Number 5, yes. Wait, was number 5 the weapons trafficking one? Tuesday, 26th of August. What happened?
No idea, mate. I'll be honest. I've been reading them, but I wouldn't be able to tell you what the number was.
I mean, I'll literally just look up Darkstone just in case. Okay, so that was a separate shootout that occurred. Okay. Okay, that wasn't. Oh, cool. So the reason that I brought you here today is
It was hosted. There's no way.
with Mr. Rain essentially being one of the three horsemen of the bloody apocalypse when it comes to the faceless
Don't
and their
say that.
bullshit. I, I don't
Don't
mean
talk
like
about the horsemen, okay?
I
We
don't
don't
mean the
need to
horsemen of
speak
old.
those
I
things into
mean,
existence.
yeah, fair. I mean, you know, he's clearly one of their higher ups. We obviously have him in custody right now, and he
Yeah,
obviously murdered a guy as per the hot gun that he had in his possession.
yeah.
Even without Brian's specific description of the individual, we have him dead to rights. I'm trying to make a timeline of the events in which his existence came to be, right?
Why?
Because obviously we have his DNA now. Well, we haven't formally obtained it, but we have his blood on the scene, so I'm just using that. Um, we have his ID, which may or may not be his. We haven't fingerprinted him yet, of course, but you know, the clues are stacking up.
Oh,
Um, plus the hot gun related stuff that has had to do with each one of his weapons. I've been able to start tracking down when he came in, what he's been doing, and from that. The reason I'm involving you on this is because I think you know a little bit more about these reports and incidents than I would, judging by the timeline, your position within the marshals and whatnot. I wanted to
mm-hmm.
just ask you about them, see if you had any more information than I did. So it starts with incident 14298. Uh, to summarize that one, on the 12th of April, several members of law enforcement responded to a shots fired call off of Sonora Way, besides the nearby solar wind farm. On arrival, units found at least 6 downed suspects, all wearing brown leather motorcycle jackets, black pants, black police style boots with a black motorcycle helmet, with each in operation of a black in color motorcycle. They all, I think for the most part, all had like micro SMGs.
I think I remember
Once the
this. Yeah.
suspects, yeah, had been detained and questioned after one of the suspects was pronounced deceased as a result of the shooting, it was determined that they were all workers employed by JetSam, made an offer of a $50,000 payment to transport supercars hauled onto the back of a multi-level car carrier worth $5 million. There were 8 individuals involved in the transport of these vehicles from the terminal, including the driver, the leader of the situation, which were both identically dressed, and the 6 later apprehended suspects. It was noticed by one of the people transporting the transport, rather in the convoy, that the leader of the transport appeared to be receiving instruction via a phone call, which was then relayed to those within the convoy. Once the convoy began, it appears to have been uneventful until it reached the spot on Sonora Way, upon which it was turned around after having been stopped by an individual wearing a high-vis vest, who appeared to be a part of a separate construction convoy. Once the transport had turned around, gunfire had opened. What I am aware, shotgun and automatic rifle fire. The individual giving this general brief run through was then hit, but was still able to notice cars continuing to drive after the transport turned to the north. A short while later, the truck itself came back, escorted by a separate vehicle that appeared to be a supercar. Afterwards, the transport continued to the north, with police arriving at the scene shortly thereafter. Now, the reason that this report itself is relevant at all is because Mr. Rain's blood was found on scene.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you go to look at the specific evidence replay for that specific report, I'm not sure if Mr. Rain actually fired a gun. Obviously, it's a little hard to see with the current status of evidence replays, and with the fact that the evidence itself has degraded over time, as I am unable to see the evidence photos from the scene. But from what I can see here, I think Mr. Rain may have been shot at.
Hmm.
Judging between that and his state ID, which is, if I remember correctly, should be further on in my ID. Again, I'm referring to him as Mr. Rain for the moment. We don't have a confirmation of his ID, but it makes sense. He has a pilot's license, but no
Okay.
one is granted to him. His state ID is 18279. Now, the interesting thing about this is, if you go to look at the affiliated people within this specific incident that were in charge of transporting the convoy, most of them had state IDs ranging specifically from the late 1700s, sorry, 17,000s, through to the mid 18,000s. Those that were newer to the convoy and the transportation of everything from Jet Sam specifically said that they were newer to the state. A few of them also had, the San Andreas welcoming goods on them. The state had clearly given them stuff recently. Um, the reason that I'm bringing this up is either A, I believe it to be that prior to this incident, like extremely, like very, very, very prior, came into the state and was made a faceless asset, or B, he was one of the two people that were never found. That being either A, the driver of the transport, or B, um, the organizer of the transport itself from JetSam.
Um, it's definitely a theory. Yeah,
Yeah,
this was a weird one. I remember when this happened, and we were like, "Why the fuck are the places getting involved in, you know, vehicles? They've got fucking
supercar transport, yeah.
attack helicopters and all sorts. They got seemingly
Makes sense.
unlimited amounts of, capital. Why would they need to intercept vehicles? It didn't really make a lot of sense. Um,
Doesn't make any sense.
yeah, this was a weird one. I don't really have a lot of answers for you because I remember we did find, or I think I suspected that there was other baseless assets involved based on casings. I think it was like
Yeah,
maybe Edgar or something, because one of the casings came back to this incident and then some other motors at the lighthouse or some shit. Um, so it was definitely like, yeah, the faces have hit some vehicle transport, but why? It didn't really make a lot of sense. So I don't have a lot of answers for you, I'll be honest. And then I
that's
think
fair.
Arnold Cole was interrogated, and then he said he got the gun from somebody else, I think. But I didn't know whether I believed him. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, he said he got it from Jay Hobbs. That was it.
Huh. Wait, so who is Jay Hobbs?
Jay Hobbs is in, or was in, he was in the Besties, and then he was in Edgar's Circle for a while. I don't know whether he still
Okay,
is. So.
that's fair. Um, because obviously these people were involved with the JetSam transport. I believe that it was mentioned during the report that all six suspects were wearing like black clothing. So
Yeah.
I think that at the time these guys weren't necessarily faceless assets that were arrested in this report. I mean, they may have become faceless assets later.
Mm-hmm.
As we know, JetSam does have some sort of weird involvement with the faceless,
Yeah.
and we do know that the faceless have murdered several people that were JetSam employees for whatever reason. I don't know as to why, but they have. Um, so this leads into several other reports, of
Yeah, I'm just
which
having a look now.
Mr. Rain was obviously self-involved in. This one leads into report 22259.
Fuck this coin, okay? I'm gonna shut off like that. Fuck this coin.
Why?
Because we
What does
never
that coin
figured
mean to
this
you?
out.
What do you mean? Faceless coin?
Yeah, but the numbers, there's numbers ingrained on it. And we did everything with this. We did literally everything we could, and we found nothing.
Oh yeah, the hollow coin.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yes,
basically
okay.
this was, there was a shootout at the Full Zancudo. I think Gunner wanted to respond, and then he couldn't because there wasn't any backup available. He responded afterwards and then got all the evidence from the scene, and the coin was still there.
You know something interesting about the Faceless?
What's it?
When they killed that guy the other day, they weren't even able to place a card on him. They specifically rang a payphone to get Brian to place the card on him.
Getting sloppy.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah. Although from what I'm aware, they weren't able to get any DNA from the card itself.
Okay.
But the interesting thing to do with this is the resulting shootout to do with this, um, actually has, again, Mr. Rain's blood on scene.
Hmm.
This is, 3 days after the initial, supercar thing.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not quite sure as to what Mr. Rain's involvement is. I haven't actually checked this report out when it comes to shots. Um, I'm not quite sure as to how he was involved. But again, if there's any more information you have, please be my guest.
Not really. Obviously we didn't get any suspects in this stuff, right? So I can tell you about this Normandy HVT incident. So this
Yeah.
was 23143. So this
Yeah.
was, to fill you in, we had back in, oh god, it must have been sometime between January and April, there was an incident. I think it was this one, incident 12508, I think is what it is. Yeah, Shanglia, Frederick White, Brandon Valentino. This was an incident, Fort St. Kudo, where a military aircraft flew in, was duped by these faceless assets, and they kidnapped a guy called is it David Miller? Was that right? Yeah, David Miller was kidnapped.
Yeah.
They couldn't find him, they couldn't trace the vehicle or anything, but we believe he was kidnapped by Brandon in that incident. And basically we found out he was a weapons expert with the US military. I think he was contracted out. And this was, like, looking back on it, when we then had, you know, Operation Dreadnought and everything,
Yeah.
it kind of added up that that's how maybe they were kind of getting they acquired the capabilities of, you know, making all these weapons and everything, was because of David. We were then contacted by Christopher Miller and I can't remember her name, but it was his wife, David's wife.
Yeah.
And basically said, you know, what are you doing about it, this kind of thing. And we were like, you know, we're looking for him, but he could be anywhere. And then
Yeah.
I wasn't around, but I guess this HVT incident was that they were staying in a house in on Normandy Drive or something, and I guess the Faces sent people in and kidnapped them, brought them up to the quarry, and blew them up with a car bomb. That's what it looked like to us,
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah, I remember hearing things to do with the death. Obviously we now know that's Arthur Rain's blood.
Yeah.
That's on scene. But my question is why? I mean, obviously there were gunshots.
Why was his blood on
And
the
his
scene, you
car was on
mean?
scene, but why was, like, let's just say the Faces kidnapped someone, right?
Mm-hmm.
They bring him down to the quarry. They have Faces assets there, like Edgar or whatnot. Why would Rain's blood be on scene for his own mission? Did did the Millers have like some sort of armed guard? Were they
Not
like
that I know
carrying
about,
weapons
no.
themselves? Yeah,
No, they were just civilians. So, I mean, it could have been defensive wounds, you know, if they were trying to fight back or something, or
maybe.
maybe shrapnel from the explosion. I don't know. It could be any reason, but I don't think. I think my advice would be, and maybe this is the wrong advice. I don't know.
Yeah,
Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. You know, we've got him tied back to all
yeah,
these faceless scenes. I think we know he's a faceless asset, and I mean, what's
We
your
know, yeah.
angle here? What are you trying to figure out? Just the timeline of
I'm
stuff?
trying to figure out his timeline of involvement with the Faceless, because if I have that, I could potentially use that in interrogation. Like, how is he involved? Why is he involved? You know, because it doesn't make sense as to why he disappeared for a bit, essentially, and then reappeared recently.
I mean, you're not wrong. If you can try and figure out how he got into being a facial associate in the first place, it might
Yeah,
help you try and pick him apart and get him to flip.
exactly. If I
My
can get into
advice,
his head
though,
that way, it's
is don't do what
yeah,
I did and
yeah,
listen to. When we had Phoenix in custody, he was like, "Listen, you got to send me to prison, keep up appearances." He'd signed the, you know, the whatever we called it at the time, the agreement that he was going to give us information and stuff, and
yeah,
don't send him to prison. Take him straight to a fucking safe house and lock him up.
yeah. I think we will, because I'm not dealing with a lack of security at Bulk, frankly. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I trust Yui, but who's to say the face isn't going to pay a life or $1 million just to kill someone?
They didn't even need to do that. They just, I think they sniped Phoenix from the hill. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah. Um.
Now, um, unless you have anything else to add on to that incident, I'm actually really glad you gave me that context.
No, I don't think
Um,
so.
there is another thing that happened. So when I made the connection between Rain and him being a faceless asset,
Mm-hmm.
I immediately told Knight and everyone else to come inside, told them the news, gave Knight the tablet. Right, I'd been on the tablet 20 seconds earlier.
Oh, did it work?
Yes, yes,
The
it
right
did.
password? Okay, good.
Thank you so much for that one. Knight then picked up the tablet. He went into it, went to the Spanner control center like you do, and there was a splash screen placed on it.
Oh.
It quickly flashed in a red text, like huge bolded, glowing red text saying "Marshals, we see you."
Oh
Location
shit.
tracking initiated. Now, frankly, it doesn't particularly matter. Everyone knows that we're already up at the observatory. Like,
Hmm.
come get us. But them knowing that the tablet is there is not necessarily a good thing.
Cause that's the one from Dogstone, right?
Uh, so that specific chip was obtained from Wyatt
It
Jones.
was Wyatt's. Okay, yeah.
And then I believe the Oracle gave us the password from what Gunnar was saying.
Yes, I think you're right. The
Whatever happened to the
Dogstone.
Oracle, by the way?
I don't know. Last I spoke to them, I said, last I actually met with them, I was with Gunnar and Wyatt Turner, I think. And I was like, listen, if I'm not around, you can trust these two. And then I think from then on, Gunnar was handling everything with the Oracle, if they were meeting up and stuff. And, yeah, last I heard, I think Gunnar gave me a bit of information that the Oracle might have given him, but that was it. I don't know. I haven't heard nothing. Have you guys haven't heard nothing?
I haven't heard shit.
Have you reached out?
I don't even have their number. But
Um,
I mean, I could give it to Brian if needed.
I have the
See what he
Oracle
wants.
number, but it should all be in a report somewhere. But we were getting contact through a guy down at the who used to work at the docks. He was turned Faceless asset, but his fucking name, I can't remember his name. I'll find it. Hold on.
Okay.
Because it was an incident with a class 3 down at the docks. I can't find it. What the flip you involved in this? So? Where is it? Can't find it. But yeah, it should be in a report somewhere. With the guy's name in it. Basically, by the looks of it, he used to work for JetSam or something like that, and then he was recruited by the Oracle and was working for them. I think that's who our primary point of contact was for them. But bit concerning if you haven't heard from them.
If you can figure something out there, that'd be 10 out of 10. Pablo made a connection today.
Yeah.
The other day during the massive thing that occurred, like just before we caught this guy, Shang Liu was actually caught with a USB in his possession. That
Oh?
USB was an Oracle USB that showed the camera feed the day of the City Hall bombing.
How the fuck did he
You
get
have,
that?
I don't know.
Yeah, we were given that as well.
I don't know how Shang got his hands on it.
Is it still in your locker?
I would have to know as to what specific reporter instant received it.
Well, obviously I don't have access, but it would have been under, I assume, a report titled Oracle or tagged Oracle or something like that.
Give me a second. I'll take a peek. There is Oracle USB key. That'd be it. Give
Potentially.
me a second.
It's tied to report. Courthouse.
Yes, it is the exact same USB. Let me check to see
Okay.
if I can still see it in the report.
Kyle Pred 3 PD0. This is back in June before Pred was a thing game.
We still have our USB. That's another one.
So unless Shang's in contact with the Oracle, well, that doesn't make any sense. Shang's like, he's been a known faceless airship for months.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I mean,
don't know.
unless somehow the Faceless, apprehended the Oracle and has all their USBs, but then why would you give the USB to Shang of all people? What relevance would some recording that only has any relevance to do with Silas Marino have
I
to
don't
do
know.
with Shang?
No idea. Well,
Why would Shang be randomly carrying it?
well, hold
during
on.
a,
Silas wasn't Silas like he was found with an ADMC cut on.
was it?
Yeah, after he was like dumped in the ocean. Excuse me, he was dumped in the ocean or some shit, and they found him with an ADMC card. So that could be a connection between Silas and Shang. I don't know.
So is Marino potentially being hidden by the ADMC?
I mean, possibly. It's a possibility. I don't know what they're doing with Silas. I mean, he's been wanted since like July or some shit, right?
Yeah,
So,
but he keeps evading everything. From what I'm aware. I think they have bank tracking on him,
yeah,
but
they do, yeah.
he hasn't done shit.
Why is this happening to me, chat?
Body in the water.
Yeah, that shit. Why is this happening? What is this, sir?
Alright, well the photos are dead.
It don't surprise me. Oh, it's because of
But,
Imager? Fucking hell.
you know, I can always just ask the people associated with it. Regardless though, Shang should not have that USB.
Yeah, I agree.
So I do want to make sure that everything's good with the Oracle. Furthermore, I think the Oracle could probably help save us from the Archivist.
Potentially,
But
yeah. It's worth reaching out.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the guy's name was, man. I'll be honest. Hold on. Wait, I might have found it. No. Oh. Oh, wait, I might have found it. Blake Cole. That's the guy's name. That was our contact with the Oracle, yeah, Blake Cole. If you go to incident 13544, this is where we first met him. There's a massive scene with a shooting. So I just had a thought. You know when we get partial DNA, how does it come through?
What do you mean? How does it come through?
Like in the evidence system, right? Yeah. Does it have like an X where there should be a number, or how does it work?
Yes.
Hold on, I got an idea.
And then when you search for that full DNA string, the one that is associated with it will pop up. It's like you're adding in the missing information.
Okay, so if I go through range thing and I just keep replacing every number with a, I'm wondering if we might have found a partial for him before. You know what I mean? That might give us another incident.
Yeah. If it's only the one number that's missing, yeah. It can be done that way.
Yeah, try and get in contact with Cole and let me see if I've got his number.
Here we go.
Yeah, I've got it. You ready?
Yeah.
420 493 420 493 4798. 420 493 4798.
That's Blake Cole.
Blake Cole, yeah.
All right, cool. Thank you. I'll hand this over, see if we can get someone to get in contact with him.
Okay. You guys haven't heard from Gunner at all, have you?
No, Gunner's disappeared.
I saw him twat out the other day, but he didn't tweet anything. He just tweeted empty, like it was just, there was nothing there. And then I tried to call him, but he didn't pick up.
This was after the election.
Yeah, this is after he quit, and I heard he quit, and I saw him tweet, so I was like, "Oh, I'll call him," and then he didn't pick up.
He hasn't said anything to me. So I'm not quite sure as to what he's doing, to be honest.
Mm. Get my eye out.
I do miss the guy, but you know.
You if you see anything, let me know, and I'll do the same for you.
110%, man.
Okay?
Yeah, no, 110%. I want to make sure that he's like good because after everything that's happened, I mean, I wouldn't be having such a fun time, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
All
it's
right,
not like he's
James.
facing criminal charges or anything, but you know,
No, 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 no,
he's
no.
just, yeah. He's just having a rough time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let you go.
All right, mate. I'll catch up with you in a bit. Yeah, hold on. Any updates on the other thing? Archivist stuff? What
Oh, yeah, they crumpled my car like it was a taco.
do you mean they crumpled your car?
Oh, yeah, no, they left a message outside of Huntley's apartment. I arrived there. They admitted to listening into my phone call with him. So I got pissed off and I wanted to see the full scope of their abilities. So, you know, I've played a lot of Watch Dogs, and I generally know what hackers can and can't do. So I turned around and I got into the elevator inside the apartment. I said, "Hey, can you control the elevator?" And to their credit, they tried, but it appears that the elevator has a bit of a safety function in which it can only be controlled
You playing with
when there
fire,
are not
man. You
people.
playing with fire.
Yeah, I am. Look, I was doing it safely. I was
I
doing it
was
in a
just like,
very
they
controlled
locked the
environment.
doors. They did the 20th floor. They
No, no,
dropped
no,
that
no.
shit.
Yes, that is the truth. And they had made a text beforehand to Junior saying that they would do that, I believe. But I did not believe in their capacity to, because I
Hmm.
had a feeling that there would be like, you know, a safety system installed in the elevator to prevent it just dropping 20 feet. And I was right. That did not stop, however, the elevator from then moving afterwards, because that elevator was moving up and down the apartments afterwards. But, you know, we were
What happened to your
then
car?
driving up to the observatory. I'm getting that. Driving up to the observatory, Huntley gives me a call, says, "Hey, I need some help." We go back to Palomino, and Huntley's there in his limo, and he's like, "Our car has been crumpled." I'm like, "Well, what do you mean?" Because, oh, we thought he was just deranged. But no, his car had genuinely been disabled. We repair it, we keep going. I get in the car with Huntley. Huntley's like, "Do you see this?" I'm like, "I don't understand what you mean." I keep driving, I keep driving. And I look to my left, I look to my right. We're on the Galileo Avenue, I believe, on the route up to the observatory. I'm just seeing just seeing street lights explode in front of me. And like,
Uh-oh.
you know, spark and fall over, and I'm like, what is happening here? We get up to the observatory, we park our cars. Uh, I hear a car honking in the observatory parking lot. And I'm like, "Hey, Brian, that's not a local. That is a car actively honking." I walk up to it, but I keep a safe distance because I'm like, "Well, I've had to deal with several car bombs over the past few days. I'm not dealing with that." I walk up to the car, kind of keep a safe distance. The car turns on. I'm like, "I'm not dealing with this." Like, this is one of those things where I get in the car, I let the crazy hacker man drive me around Los Santos while the PD tries to rescue me. I'm not dealing with no car bomb. I'm staying safe. I'm not getting in that bloody vehicle. Nor am I looking in the crazy trunk, you know?
Yeah.
Uh, so it keeps going. Uh, car keeps turning on and off and on and off, keeps honking. I don't get in it. The car then decides to drive off and drives off a cliff. I'm like, okay. So we go inside the observatory. I turn off the internet within the observatory so no one can look at the cameras or anything within. Um, I then make sure that there's no cameras. We have that conversation with Huntley while that's going on. The archivists are really, really angry. And they start, you know, sending him photos of like the outside of the observatory taken from the cameras. They start doing a bunch of other shit. They're really trying to get us to go outside. They really want our attention, but we're not going outside. So then they decide, hey, we're gonna take over McAllister's coquette and
Oh.
Huntley's limo and just drive them into the observatory.
They can control your fucking car. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, they can control any car. That is a thing.
Time to go back to a 1969 Mustang. No electronics.
Yeah, I think we need to go back to horses personally, but
That's a good idea.
yeah, yeah. Anyways, we then have a meeting later on, myself and Huntley,
Mm-hmm.
in which he tells me that they're trying to give him their name. They end up giving him their name way later on, but I digress.
Wait,
And then
Huntley
a
gives
fuel
them their
station.
name.
No, he is given. So Brittany Angel ends up figuring out the guy's name from the
Oh,
Archivist.
what is it?
Uh, Lucian Varthis. Varthis? I
Lucian.
cannot pronounce. It's Lucian Varthis.
They have a
I don't know if he
profile?
has a profile. I don't think he has a profile. We don't have a state ID for him.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
he's twatted a few times since, saying "Good work, Miss Angel." He twatted out a photo of him down at Del Perro Pier, but unfortunately, myself and Brian were at the time dealing with the Faceless, so we weren't able to get down to the pier. And we didn't notice it. It was too late. Um, then uh, we were so before we figured out his name, myself and Huntley we were hunting around the town for clues. First off, they drove a car into my car. I pursued it, and it went straight into the ocean. Um,
The
I did
fucker.
take a photo of that car. Then I was at the food court. Go to leave the food court. We go to get into my car, and my car, like, it's kind of like the electronics on the inside just kind of like pulled the car in. It was like Magneto had just crumpled a car.
Huh?
It was not anything I've seen before.
Were
It
you in
it
it?
was like I think I was getting into it and I got out as it was
Oh
crumpling.
my god, okay.
Yeah. Then I moved to try and like bang out the panels because the car was still operable, although it didn't really look that way. So I was trying
What's
to
all
like,
this aggression
hammer
though?
out the panels.
Why is it
I have
getting
no idea.
aggressive?
I know Miller's pissed them off a little, I think.
Oh, great.
But other than that, I think Pred's also potentially pissed them off.
Fantastic.
Like, I don't think Pred has done anything to piss them off, but I know Pred questioned them the other day, and they weren't appearing to be too happy with him. I'm not quite sure. At least that's what Pred told me. Um,
Whoa.
so they also did the same thing to a nearby local car that was driving, and that was confusing as shit. I ended up repairing my car. Nothing else really happens there. Um, yeah, that's practically been it. I don't know if there's really been any other development. Uh, Fred currently feels as if I'm not sharing everything with him, but I assure you and everyone else that I am.
The Pred said you're not sharing everything?
Yeah, yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I think it's because back when we were originally giving out the subpoena that was in relation to this, I censored out a few names. That was just the Marshal's election, and because I wasn't aware of the people that, you know, were involved, wanted themselves to be named in a subpoena that was about a terrorist organization.
Yeah. Okay.
But since then, those names have been uncensored, so I'm not quite sure.
Pred's just, he wants everything. So, you know.
Honestly, I think Pred was just baiting.
Wouldn't surprise me, mate. Wouldn't surprise me.
So Pred threatened a few times saying, if you want, we can make the investigation private. We can just make it an LSPD investigation. You guys can do your own thing. We'll do our own thing. I said, I mean, if you want to do that, you can do that. It's up to you, man. But yeah,
Okay.
I'd rather keep the lines of communication open, I suppose.
I agree, 100%. We don't want to fall back into the old ways.
Oh yeah, I mean, we worked so hard to try and open ourselves up. I don't really want to build it back up again.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for the update, James. Give me a bell if you need anything. All right.
Sounds good. I'll see you.
All right. Good job. Hopefully he doesn't take over my car too. Why does the Archivist care so much about us knowing his name? It's a bit strange. What was it again? Lucian Varthis. That's like a name out of Harry Potter or some shit. Is it like a famous person that I need to know about? No. Oh. Hello?
One big thing I did forget to mention was, I think Angel figured this out. I think it was a note given with his name on it, randomly capitalized it with like certain letters. His name contains an anagram for the Archivist.
I was literally about to put this into an anagram solver because I was like, there's no way this guy cares so much about us finding out his name if it doesn't mean something.
I believe that his name, like in the note, the letters that were capitalized spelled out Archivista, but yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Still contains Archivist, so yeah.
Alright, thank you for the heads up. Alright,
I will see you when I see you.
Bye bye. I knew it was gonna be some shit like that. Let me do anagram solver. I was literally about to do this, but let's do interesting conversation. James is antivirals. 1, 2, 3. Anarchist, maybe. It's Archivist, and then what's left over? Left over. Archivist. The L, the U. Archivist is 9 letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13. No, I haven't bought Battlefield. I want to, but too much money. What's left over after Archivist? Am I being a stupid boy right now? Hold on. Lucian Varthis. Archivist. So ARCHIVIST. So I should have 4 letters, right? LU. C is used, I is used, A is used, the N, V, Luna. Okay, what could that be? I think it is Luna. What does Luna means like? What does that mean in Latin? It means moon. Archivist moon. We need to get a telescope and look at the moon.
We should go somewhere secret.
I don't know whether I trust you anymore, Brandi.
Wait, why?
I literally me in the head.
The first thing I woke up, I texted you is that the steak tips are fucking well done as fuck.
I think I might know about the steak tips already.
She's here.
Man,
say sorry.
Back up.
Oh, she.
Say sorry.
Lock your car. Lock your.
Say
Lock
sorry.
the door for this.
Oh,
ow!
Wait, you weren't even close to the car. Let's be real.
I didn't even do anything.
Say sorry.
If she doesn't put that away, I'm gonna shoot her from the roof.
Ow!
That works too.
It's not
Use
me
your car as a
driving.
weapon, my man. Good job.
Me driving.
Leave us alone, Eliana. This is your final warning.
She's swinging it. She's swinging a wrench. I'm gonna shoot
It's
her.
crazy.
She's mad about
25,
Richard.
10, 12.
Richard disrespected her husband, Jordan Walker.
What do we
Now
do?
we're just slowly driving away while
What do we do?
Just
All right.
wrap around the block.
Richard,
She
you
won't
gotta do what
see.
you gotta do. Self-defend, you know? You got this.
I will. I'm just gonna. I think she might be losing it. I'm just gonna leave. I gotta talk to Brandi. Come on, Brandi.
5150.
We don't have this legislation yet. I don't think it's a good idea though.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting. True.
Wait, what legislation?
5150.
What is that?
I've been worked on
A
it.
psychiatric holder. Yeah, it's been worked on by Pixie.
Oh.
Yeah.
I did not know that was a thing. I could benefit from that.
Yeah, I think you probably could, Brandi. I think you probably
What?
could.
How dare you?
All right, let's go somewhere private.
Let's just go into someone's home. Right here on the
That
left.
seems illegal, so let's.
Just kidding. I'm kidding.
Let's refrain.
So what'd you do to her, Richard?
I insulted her roots and I insulted her husband, and then I guess she came after me for an apology today, so I flipped the bird.
What the fuck did you say about Jordan?
I can't even
Tim's out.
remember. I'm just gonna put my own in my car.
The guy probably deserved it.
And let's go
Yeah.
behind the car so the dash cam. Okay.
Right. What you got?
All right, I got this TLDR yesterday because I wasn't
Is it the
around on
name?
Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
I got
so
the
you know
name
all that.
this morning
Oh,
too.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I wasn't there for any of that, so I just wanted to keep you in the loop and keep everyone in the loop. And then yesterday, when I was getting the TLDR, it was me, Pred, Angel, McAllister, and Miller, and V-Gray, and we were all like, let's just get on the same page now. Like, no more like holding stuff back in a sense, you know. And I think we're all
Okay.
on the same page with that like group of people. I think. Apparently, no one from BCSO was working it. I just didn't believe that personally, and that's because I just figured Knight would have people working on it, and also Bean is listed under it on the Archivist stuff on the Bolo investigations and who, like to say who's working on what, you know.
So it's been not working it.
I don't think so. From what they said, they don't know anyone that's been working it. I still have to talk to him. I haven't caught him yet.
Okay.
But
I'll see you guys around.
I think we're all on the same page now. That's the thing. I think Brian's taking a step back from this stuff because he has so much Marshall stuff to do, but McAllister will be like our go-to.
Okay.
It's 408, but whatever.
Yeah. Sorry. My bad.
It's okay. But that's pretty much
Well-
it then. I didn't know you knew, so.
Well, I appreciate you telling me. James told me afterwards as well. He mentioned the name this what was it again?
Lucian, or Varthis?
Lucian Varthis, yeah, and how it's an anagram. Part of his name is an anagram for Archivist, right?
Right.
And then, but then I looked at like what the rest of his name is, and there's it's spelled out Luna, Luna.
Oh, the lowercase letters from what he gave us. Oh my god, there must be a race.
Yeah, and I don't know whether it's
Yeah, there's a
meaningful
ra-
at all, but Luna is moon in Latin.
Yeah.
So
Isn't there,
maybe
like, a-
he's trying to steal the moon.
Well, yeah.
Maybe he's a
could.
rat, and because he wants the cheese. I haven't really figured that part out yet. But it's curious though why he wanted us to know his name so bad.
Well, he said to Angel that he's like giving us a way to catch him in a sense. Like there's gonna be more, and like this time he like pointed it out to us because apparently no one saw like what was on the photo or whatever, or like they like basically gave it to him, you know, like the name and then
photo?
the anagram. That's how they found the name because it was like on a car once they edited the photo. Like to
Was it
bring
one
like
of the
expo-
CCTV ones?
I think it was like a recent one that Junior got that day of like the observatory at
Oh.
night.
Okay. Interesting. Hmm.
But
Alright, so what,
other
he
than
wants to
that,
be
that was
caught?
apparently like this Angel said, and I quote, like he's like next week, so like it could be like next Saturday or whatever. That there's like another quote unquote like riddle or whatever. I don't know how to. I don't know exactly how it was said. That's just what I interpreted. But like, Angel called it like the he's gonna be playing games with us or whatever. So I'm assuming it's gonna be a much more like integral way, or like, you know, harder, quote unquote harder way to find out, rather than just him putting his name on a car and then when you edit the photo you can see it, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So
it's kind of just like a sit and wait now at this point.
we need to find his state ID, surely. Is there any way we can do that?
There's nothing on the MDT. I don't know if there is. I'm not getting any.
I mean, there might be a way that we can... Oh, no, that doesn't give you a state ID. What we can do is you could, or
We
one
can
of
get
us...
his bank records now, though, right? Because we have a name.
We do have a name, but is it enough? Like, 'cause what if he's given the fake name, right? You could give anyone any
in a
name.
court, it probably is him, but in a court of law, it's like
Exactly,
you
yeah.
need a lot more. Okay, yeah.
What we could do is we could FOIA the records for like the state, like all the public records from BC or Blaine County and Ellis County, and for when we know he's been around, and see if Lucian Varthis or whatever has popped up buying anything. Has he gone to the store or something like that? You know?
Changed. Yeah.
Yeah. That might give us a bit of an insight. I don't think it'll give us a state ID.
Of where he resides, though. Ooh, it could be.
Yeah.
No, but it's interesting. It's very interesting.
I heard he like sent cars off cliffs and shit.
Oh yeah, I heard a little bit of that too. I didn't know if I was believing that or not. I thought Miller was fucking with me, to be honest.
No. James said that his car was like remote controlled and then it was sent off a cliff.
Yeah, that's insane. That's actually
crazy,
insane.
huh?
And then he did something else. Like he's kind of getting angry now. Like you know about the like Sims and the undefined Sims as well.
Yeah.
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 So we just gotta pay attention to every little detail. No overlooking, because I would overlook a lot of stuff and being like, nah, there's no way. But that's just me. I'm sure you're already on that shit.
Angel did make a report, by the way.
I think I should be able to see it now. Gravy updated my tags, but I don't know how to reports to like category investigation.
Yeah, if you do investigative reports, you'll see it.
Okay, yeah. The archivist phone call. They also said we're not against putting stuff in a report. There's nothing wrong with putting quote unquote facts. Like everything we have, he wants us to know. It's a hard, cold fact that we can put in reports. But like obviously, like no theories is what they were saying.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, if you scroll down, you see I think
I saw that.
Angel left a little thing.
What about if we look for more names in the MDT that are anagrams of the Archivist?
Oh, wait, that's actually smart. Hold on.
I don't know how the fuck we do that, though, I'll be honest.
I mean, we just, if it sounds like a name, it's a name. I'm getting in my notebook. Was it an anagram for the Archivist or just Archivist? It was just Archivist,
It was
right?
Archivist, and then Luna was the other 4 letters, L-U-N-A.
Okay.
am I crazy to think we could? If you search up state ID,
Chivarist.
what are you on
See.
here?
Another way of spelling archivist. Chivarist. Nothing pops up in the TT.
It was a good try. It was a good try. You know the 0919, right? Do you think that might be
Yes.
part of his state ID?
Going by the fact, yeah.
Because if we do 10919,
Like, I
there's-
feel like maybe, like 10919. I don't think there's gonna be.
that's what I was thinking, but it's empty, right? That profile doesn't
yeah.
exist.
I did 11919. I don't think there's a.
Well, in the it was ARC 0919.
Yeah, there was a 0 in it. I don't know. That's the one that really differs for me. I kind of like. It was like a move on point for me because I think it's him. Like ever since we got the phone call logs, there's no way. Like I don't know, unless he did his dealings in person.
What do you mean?
For someone to like request records and be 0919, but I think it's him because there's no phone calls that predate those twats.
That's true. It's gonna be difficult getting this guy's state ID, I'll be honest. Because the likelihood is he's locked up in his mom's basement somewhere, and we're never gonna find it. And he doesn't leave. He has little pee bottles on his desk. You know what I mean? This seems like that kind of guy. So he's never gonna leave for us to run a plate and find that kind of shit. I don't know. Do we think he's in the city?
Well, I thought it wouldn't be awake around these times, but he's definitely showed himself pretty early via text or there was also the projector change. I don't know if you know about that. It was a meeting a couple days ago, and as soon as I pulled down the projector, there was a picture on it that said "Hello, Brandi and Lukas" with the Archivist A on it.
So, hold on a second. Now that we've got the name, did it ring a bell for Brian or Michael or anybody? Because he said that.
Not that I know of.
So how the fuck did he give his name already?
I don't know. That's what we were trying to get, and I feel like the way Miller was asking, not King, Knight the other day, Miller came off very like accusatory, like you have to be the person who has it or whatever. But that's just how Miller is, I think. And Miller doesn't like Knight. I mean, Knight doesn't like Miller.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But I think it's because he comes across in certain ways that he's not meaning to, but just does because he's British. But we knew it wasn't like a straight up like I actually don't know when they got that photo. When Junior got that photo. I don't remember seeing that photo in the subpoena. You've seen the photo with the name on the car, right?
No, I haven't, no.
Okay. I might have
Text it to me?
I might not have it. Hold on.
Moon
I think
is
Miller
the
will have
Archivist.
it. I don't have it. It was
Fine.
sent through fucking documents. But I think he was one he got that day. I don't think it's like one we would have been able to see. But I just don't know. He was pointing out that our attention to detail was lacking when we brought up like, how have you told us your name? So it was definitely hidden within the conversations very like ever so slightly. Like I feel like it was like I don't know. I feel like I wanted to move on from the whole name thing because obviously he said Razel Huntley and your quote unquote your officers have all heard this once or something, or like have been told it once or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So whoever he spoke to, which I'm assuming Miller was the officers because he's the only quote unquote officer that's spoken to him, not like
Yeah.
command. It happened during an in-person conversation or phone call that they just couldn't recall. Is
I
what
forgot
I'm
I
assuming
found
happened.
something.
Oh,
It's not a big
really?
thing. It's
You're
not a big thing.
gatekeeping the
No,
the
no, no, no,
well
no, no.
done. Okay,
I
just
went
well.
down. I went down to the airport where you said that they met up. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whether this was already known, but there was a clock on the one of the railings. It wasn't.
What do you
Like there was
like
just
that?
like there was just a clock. There's like a clock on one of the railings where they met.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I think it was just because you know how he was texting like TikTok.
Well, yeah, he was counting down like during their conversation, like 3 minutes left, 2
Yeah.
minutes left.
And then I guess where you know maybe it was where they parked or something. There was like a wall clock, but it's like down here on like
Do you
a
think
railing.
it's still there?
Probably. You want to go?
Yeah. I don't know how we've gone there a bunch of times to show people.
Brandilyn.
Oh, so sorry. I know we both have a husband. We gotta stop meeting like this.
In private, you mean that?
Yeah, and then getting
Don't
in
worry,
each
I'm
other's
loyal,
labs.
unlike some.
What the fuck was that supposed to mean?
Nothing. Wait, who's your
That was
husband? then?
crazy. Miller.
What?
Yeah.
How long you been married then?
I don't know.
Oh, that's
Like since he got a job, or like
girl.
2
I'll be
months
honest,
after he
that.
got a job. For
That's a
like
bit of a
almost a
gamble.
year. We're not actually married. We just say we're married.
Oh, okay. Don't marry him because the amount of lawsuits that guy's gonna get against him.
I
you
know.
it's not
I'm
worth
waiting
it.
to actually make it official after he wins or depends if he wins or loses.
Yeah. You think he's gonna get sued? You think he's gonna lose?
I don't see how they have a point when we have all this evidence of like them torturing him, taking his 2 fingers, which I miss very much, by the way. But like, how are they're this distraught, and they're this distraught, they're causing physical harm, illegal. Second of all, they don't have any proof of like being emotionally distressed, like that they got therapy or that they needed to be medicated with oxy from the hospital. They don't have any of that. I don't see a world where he does lose, but then again, McMoo's on the case, so like I don't know.
Oh no, not McMoo.
And she's also like in the process of being impeached, so like how can she even still be on that like panel of judges for this or whatever?
I mean, you could always request that she get removed.
Wait. Over here is not where they met, by the way.
What it wasn't?
No, I see why you. I explained it back. Go towards like the little red helicopter.
Let me show you first. Let me show you first. So you know what I'm on about.
It looks just like this. It looked just like this, but it was far.
Yeah.
Wait, is it set at the same time every time?
No. It's moving. It's on.
Oh.
Got batteries in it.
It was towards like the little helicopter showroom area, I think.
Oh, okay.
It looks exactly like this, just literally across the runway. It's on the GPS. Right. It's like these steps where you can like go inside the building when you go up the stairs to our left. Like you see these big stairs on our left. You can go inside those doors up
I
there.
didn't know you could go up here.
Oh yeah, no, this is like, I've been to several holdouts here. It's not fun.
Have a look.
But basically we scanned for like DNA and stuff after they met and there was nothing. But he was by the doors behind him and then they were on like the, right here. I'll show you. So like Miller and Junior were like right here and he was by these doors. Which he probably had an escape plan because he could just have people holding inside those corridors and then run to it goes to the rooftop. So.
There was nothing in here?
Yeah, there's nothing in here. Nothing that noticed. We were scanning with our flashlights and everything, but he probably had like a plane or something at the top of the roof. Or like he parachuted down to a car somewhere.
But how do we... What? Do we know that this guy is that connected?
We don't. We just assume because it's a common holdout spot, because it's like a hallway and like, you know, you can hide
Yeah.
behind these little corners. We know he's not alone, so.
But we do?
We know he's working with other people because he says, well, you have one of our names, Archivist. He always talks in plural.
Okay.
And then this is the roof. There's nothing up here.
Weird, alright.
Yeah, and they made sure to leave before like they got down to like 1 second because they didn't want to find out like what happened if like they ran out of time while in front of him.
Oh, he was counting down while they were in front of him?
Yeah, like they'd have a conversation and he'd like pop in and be like 2 minutes, 30 seconds.
Oh shit, okay.
They left around like the 30-second mark because they didn't want to.
Mmm.
No.
Kinda crazy. Yeah, I think we need to find this guy's state ID somehow, but it's like a needle in a haystack.
I think you're onto something with 919. Maybe it has that string of numbers in it. Doesn't necessarily have to be.
Yeah. But it might have been like an evidence.
Could be
you know?
9190. Oh yeah, reports.
There's so much stuff it could be. I need to have a look through the reports on the 19th of September, but I couldn't find anything.
You can't fucking. What's it called? Can you filter by date or what?
No, you can't.
Yeah, there's no one for 9190 either.
What letter of the alphabet is number 9?
I.
And what's 19? Oh shit.
Give me a second.
S?
Yes.
I-S.
That's
What
smart though.
What could it be? Anybody with the initials IS that we know about?
It could be initials. Wish we could just like. I wonder if there's a tag. IS. I wish we could filter by just like a letter, but nothing pops up when you type in IS.
No,
I'm not thinking of any I names though.
Isabella?
Like I don't know an Isabella. Like I don't know if let me look at Limitless. That'll be a good one.
Let me look in my contacts there.
Ivy Thorn. Close to an S. IS or SI. Who knows?
Emmanuel Sancho. I don't know who that is, but I've got them in my phone.
Wait, what?
Emmanuel Sancho. I don't think it's
There's a lot of Sanchez's, but none of them start with an I. A lot of Smith. Oh, Isaac Smith?
Don't say that.
Why?
Wait, you might be onto something.
He has like his ID is 99999 though. Is that
Yeah, it's
actually a
just-
person?
It's just a placeholder. Isaac Smith is a person, yeah. Ivan Santana. Oh, this guy's ugly.
Oh, he's reasonable for. Isaac Smith is a cause of the Black Plague.
Don't.
I didn't know that.
Don't stop saying that name, Brandi. Okay.
Sorry.
Ivan Shelivastov.
Ivan Stone, 6515. No profile, no history. 2 cars, 2 bisons.
Yeah, but the ACO thing would be on their profile, no? If we're going by patents.
Yeah, true. Or it's going by him and he doesn't have to mark himself. I don't know.
Ivy stones. Well, actually,
Bless
you. Thank you. You've given me the idea. It's probably not him, because if it was him, he'd mark it on his profile, but he doesn't have a profile.
But we don't have a profile. But maybe that's why he didn't want to create a profile for himself.
I mean, maybe
Because there is no profile. But it just, if we are going under the assumption that it's not him, it has to be someone who he's met in person before, because the first phone call was to Junior 9 minutes after the twats went out.
That's true.
So someone had
yeah.
already requested the record.
Isaac Dick.
What? Is that actually someone's fucking name?
That's someone's name. Isaac Dick. Yeah. Isaac Pierce. No. Isaac Collins. No. Isabella. Isabella May. No. Over. No. Ingafria. What was the guy's last name again?
Varthis?
Let me see if I've got any other Varthises. If I have another Varthis, I'll go crazy.
You know, maybe he's like Gru. Maybe he's like Gru and Luna, Moon, Gru, minions. He has a bunch of minions.
You think this is related to this fucking Despicable Me?
Yeah, I do.
That's a
I think we need to start working that narrative.
Theory. But what about if Moon is something like the Lunar Moon? You know, like
There are a bunch of Lunas in the MDT, but I don't think
Moon Thoroughbred.
Hazel Luna. That's a name I've seen before. Where have I seen
Yeah.
this name? Hazel Luna.
He's a criminal. I went through all the Lunas already, but I couldn't find anything.
Oh, yeah, figured.
We might have to help out with this jewelry store.
Oh, okay, yeah. We can go back.
Where'd you
We'll figure
go?
it out. We'll both think it's MRPD, I think. I don't think I drove too.
we'll
Did I?
cook.
No,
I
no.
think you
You
did,
drove
yeah.
me to the. We're at MRPD.
Yeah. Trying to think. Well, there's a lot of like searching we can do, but what about like just general, like talking to people? So other than Junior,
We can
and
talk
cops,
to the people he's called.
That's
we
what I
can
mean.
try it.
Yeah. I think
Again,
we need to speak to those
But
people.
people like Nora McAllister was like, we shouldn't like quote unquote harass them anymore. But like we were kind of like, well, if we have new information, we kind of have to ask her.
Well,
Stuff like
technically,
that.
I mean, no offense, but Nora's technically a fucking accomplice at this point.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, she
And I think
requested the
he
mayor's
was also
record.
saying that to stop bothering Knight as well.
Oh, okay.
I think that was his point, but used Nora to get it across.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
true.
It's like a red jersey. Just looks like he...
Oh my god. I'm good. I'm good. Let me text Nikki actually. Sorry, chat.
Hey.
Hold on, mate. Hold on, let me put my phone away because I assume I know what this is about.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So we need to get away from the calls. I heard they were active.
Mine don't have a camera in it. Does yours?
No.
Okay.
But I
like
heard
to think-
from McAllister that the calls are being like controlled.
Let's
Let's go up here. Come up here. Get a hatch.
The
Wait.
other way, mate.
Sorry. Yeah, my bad.
A cage to make sure we're good. That'd be lovely.
I'm not very good with heights, I'll be honest. We don't get along.
I'm not either. Like, I definitely feel that like crazy feeling almost, but like I don't know. As long as you got something solid to hold, I'm all right.
Okay.
Okay, so yesterday we got everyone kind of together, and your name got brought up within part of the investigation. I know Brandi mentioned you a couple of times, and I just thought I hadn't really touched base with you and heard your like theories and so on and so forth, and kind of just wanted to start the dialogue between us.
Yeah, I think I tried to catch up with you, but it was a day where there was a lot of shit going on. I think we were in that big shootout then by I don't know, it was with the besties when they were on the clock tower, so you know, it didn't go very well.
Yeah, that happened. So what you thinking?
I don't know, it's weird, isn't it? It's a different kind of case because I've got a lot of experience with the Faceless stuff, right? That's been going on for 10 months, and they don't want to get caught, right? They're always, you know, we're 10 steps ahead. And then you've got this guy coming along, giving us his fucking name, or giving us a name, you know, like playing games with us, trying to get caught, getting legislation put into place. I don't know.
That's
Rubbed me
one
the
thing,
wrong
like,
way.
I think we need to really pay attention to is obviously the guy's pitching himself as a neutral party and saying he doesn't mean bad and all this and all that. A lot of his affiliations, and you've seen the subpoenas, I assume, like, a lot of his contacts are Faceless affiliates and people we've confirmed working for the Faceless, if not with. So
The issue we've got with it, unfortunately, is if you're a high-profile criminal in town, at some point the Faceless is going to contact you and get you to work some jobs. That's just the reality of it. Like, at this point, you know, 90% of the gangs in town have worked with the Faceless on a job. So it's like, how do you differentiate who is a Faceless asset, right? And who is just another lackey, and if there is really an overlap with the Archivist, I don't know. Difficult.
do we have a list of names of people that have like worked with the Faceless, and then on top of that, like a list of people that worked with them multiple times?
There probably is, and we did have one when I was a marshal, so probably speak to Brian about that, or another marshal, to see if they're happy to release an updated list. But I mean, I can tell you off the top of my head that Edgar de Castillo was a big one.
Edgar?
Edgar, yeah.
Okay.
Brandon Valentino,
Yeah.
Zhang Liu. Let me try and think of some more. Misha Stander was another one.
Yeah.
At some point, I mean, Forehead's another one. The besties in general, quite a few times. So, try and think of some more.
Has Flippy been caught with them?
Yes, Flippy's been involved in some stuff. Yeah.
Okay. That's what I mean. Like, all them names you just listed off, I'm pretty sure like 60 to 80% of them have been in contact with the Archivist.
Yeah,
Like
but then
Brandon has been, Flippy has, Misha has.
yeah, but more than 50% of those guys are gang leaders, right? Edgar's been a gang
That's a very
leader.
good point.
Misha, you know, Forehead, Flippy. It's very difficult to differentiate. So my motto on this kind of stuff is if it's something that's out of your control, try and focus on something that is in your control. And what we've got from there is this name from whenever it was. Was it Saturday?
Not yesterday, day before. So yeah, Saturday.
Yeah. So that's a lead. And I was saying to Brandi this morning, if we can get the state ID, that would obviously be pretty huge, right? But it's also one of those things where the name is an anagram, so is it even a real name, right? So, but I do think finding this guy's whatever profile, whether it's real or not, this guy's state ID is probably a good way to go.
We won't have a profile. We create profiles, don't we? So.
Well, I don't think we created the MDT admin on the MDT though, did we?
True.
But I do agree. I don't think the profile exists right now. Which, when I was speaking to Brandi earlier, because I know the theory's been thrown around that this ACO 0919 might be him, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But to contradict that point, the other ACOs were written on their profiles, right?
Yes.
And if this Lucian, whatever the fuck his name was, Lucian Varthis, that profile doesn't exist, which indicates that that ACO's not gonna be him because it's not on his profile. He doesn't have a profile. Unless he's waiting for us to make it, and then he's gonna put ACO 0919 on there, you know?
But we're not gonna make it without a state ID.
Exactly. And then there comes the question is, how do we find a state ID? Kind of, without an ID, I think it might be impossible. What we can do, potentially, I was saying to Brandi, way we can track him a little bit is if we FOIA the bank accounts, the Blaine County and the Los Santos bank accounts, then his name will show up for any purchases that he's made there. It won't be his state ID, but it'll be his, like, that name, that Lucian Varthis will come up as, oh, has he bought food from Senior Buns? Has he changed his clothes or anything like that? But it won't give us a state ID, so it's a bit of a moot point.
Do you know what it could be good for?
What's it?
It just like seeing where he hangs out.
Yeah.
Like if you think about it, a lot of our bank transfers and stuff are gonna be around MRPD. You know, that's our base of operations. For example, the Manor, they probably have a lot more transactions around Mosley's and so on. Just seeing where this guy, if there's a bunch in Sandy Shores, he might have a house off the grid.
Oh shit.
Fuck.
Well,
Well, for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
I'm okay. Popular with you guys. Pink Sultan's still on supply out the front of Tuna.
They're gonna need
Is it
us.
class 1 or class 2, King?
Well, they're gonna need you. I'll be there for moral support.
Copy that.
Hey, what do you mean? You did great the other day on the cloak tower.
I didn't shoot anybody.
Okay, let's go to this. We'll carry on.
You go first. You go first.
We're gonna get. Let's just try and stay together, guys.
His wife has an attack.
Oops, nearly crashed there.
Oh, Jimbo, if you can hear me, don't seize his possessions just yet. I want to see something.
Yeah, I just need to run the.
Oh no. Oh no. We're back.
We're back. I only had to shoot one guy down.
Me too.
Nice. Hey, pretty productive. Pretty productive. Hey, you said you were going there as a support. You
Yeah, I
did
know. I know. I shot a guy in the back. Wasn't very honorable, but you know, it's what it is.
Anyway, where were we? So the bank stuff, that's a really good angle. Like, I like that. I think if we can get a bank record, we can definitely start building patterns of where this guy hangs out. Just little things like, does he start his day off with getting some food from Senior Buns? Does he do it at a normal, like a certain time of the day? You know, just
yeah.
little patterns.
Yeah, 100%. What I do is, have you ever done one of these bank fires before?
I have not. Investigations aren't my strong point. I'm trying to learn.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I don't want to do it for you because this is your thing and I know you're trying to learn stuff. So it's pretty simple. For legislation, we can get any of the bank records from Blank County and a bunch of shit. So all you got to do really is write up a subpoena, just so as a paper trail. And then you basically just say what account you want to FOIA. It's a FOIA, not a subpoena, because we can just get access to it whenever. And then the actual accounts are in legislation number. Hold on. You're probably not going to remember this, so... Oh, fucking hell. Wait, if you go into legislation and you search accounts...
Loading. Stand by. Accounts, yeah.
Yeah, and you'll see legislative authority bank accounts.
The San Andreas one, right?
Yeah. Then
Okay.
under details, you'll see Article 1B, the LS authority account and the Blank County authority account on number 10 and number 11, respectively.
Okay.
So you can basically just write a FOIA and say, we want the records for account 10 and 11, and then for how long you want them for. And then a judge will come along and you just have to get in contact with a judge and they'll do it for you.
So do I specify a person?
No. This will give you everybody, like all the purchases that are made where money goes into one of those accounts, you'll be able to see.
Damn.
Yeah.
So what would put money into those accounts?
A payment from a clothing store, for example. A payment at Senior Buns, where the tax goes into the account. Purchasing a vehicle goes into the account. Purchasing a house. Tax on a property. This could be a good one, because if he's paying tax on a property, we'll be able to find it. So
Wait, that's a really good point. Have we just searched properties by his name?
You can't search by name. It has to be by the address. Unless you want to go through every property.
There's levels I'll go to, but you think that's doing too much?
I would not do that, I'll be honest. There is like 100, 200 plus properties, I reckon.
Yeah, I think that's doing too much. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think there's better ways of us finding that out.
Okay. So the articulation to get the... So we
you
obviously
don't
have
need articulation. You can just say, if you really want to put something, just say we want to FOIA these accounts for investigative purposes. Anybody can do this, by the way. Any little old Jimmy off the street can come do this. You don't have to be a cop.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. Do you have one that's already pre-written? It's the same time. By the way, as well, you said this is my thing. I don't think this is my thing, and I'm so inexperienced. I just want to be involved. Like,
Everybody has. Listen. I'm gonna teach you something.
Okay.
You know how I got the Faceless case, sir?
Yeah. How'd you do that?
I saw a report, right? No, it wasn't even that. It was back in December 2024, and I was on patrol as a marshal doing some shit, and it was one night, and I saw a tweet. And I saw a tweet from the Faceless, and I was like, that's a bit fucking weird, isn't it? Someone's tweeting with a "the" as their full name, and then, you know, like it's like an organization. And it was something about like, you know, something about a snitch or something about payback or some shit, and I was like, okay, nothing much. And I took a screenshot of it on my phone, and I forgot about it. And then on the 8th or the 6th of January or something, I saw a report. I had too much time in my hands, and I used to go through all the interesting reports every morning. And I saw a report about Larry Knox getting shot at by an attack helicopter at his bodega. And I was like, fucking hell, that's mad. And then I see inside the body of the report, Larry Knox said it was the Faceless. And I was like, hold on a second. So I start doing a bit of digging. And I do a bit of digging for about 4 or 5 hours, digging through all these reports, putting all this shit together, trying to find out exactly what's going on. And within 6 hours, the Faceless calls my phone from an unknown number. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So what I'm saying is, if they take an interest in you, Lucas, you've got to take an interest in them. And I know they called your ass.
Yeah,
so that means
it's
it's your responsibility in there. Sometimes we don't ask for it, but it comes to us anyway. And it's our duty as law enforcement to grasp hold and pull that fucker out of his little mother's basement, okay, and throw him in prison.
Yeah. At the same time, don't get me wrong, I'm happy to do what I can, but I'm not like under this impression I can do this on my own. I need a team around me, and I'm trying to work out who that team is at the moment and who's already investigating. Obviously,
that's good. You to say that you could do this on your own. I think nobody could do this on their own. Nobody.
Everyone views it in different ways and knows because even I didn't know we could access all these records that like this easily.
Yeah. It's everybody's gonna have a bit of different. I mean, I saw that Angel figured out that whole shit. You know. Good that you guys spoke.
You know what's frustrating?
What's it?
So I noticed probably a week ago now that he was saying to Huntley and Rizal that there was a name that had been given to us multiple times, and I put so much emphasis on we need to work out this name, and I was messaging him about it the day before we worked out what the name was, saying like, who have you given this name to? He specified to me he'd already given it to Brian and Razzle, but neither of them remembered what it was or knew anything about it. And I was so sure there was a name he was trying to give to us. And then the next day, he's given us a name. Like, he's been hinting at this for a week or so.
So did that name come up? Did you figure out what he meant when he said that he told Brian and Michael?
No, to this day, to be honest, I don't think I'm on the best terms with Brian, because like I went to him and basically said, I've been told it's law enforcement that I've been given the name, and he's only been in contact with 3 people from law enforcement: myself, Kyle Pred, and you, Brian. Pred's told me it wasn't him. I know it wasn't myself, and you had a 6-minute conversation with him. Like, what was that conversation about? And like, did he say a name? And he just gave me nothing. I don't think he really likes me, to be honest. So I'm trying to keep my distance at the moment.
Listen, I'll tell you, I heard from a little bird of mine that Brian wasn't happy because it seemed like you were coming at him like a suspect.
I was giving him the facts that very heavily pointed towards him withholding, and I think he didn't like that.
Listen, Lucas, I'm going to teach you one thing about this investigation business that you might be new to. Insinuating an investigator is withholding information is one way to get on that investigator's bad side. Now, I know you might have had good intentions, but you know, when you've been doing this a long time, the worst thing that can happen in an investigation is people withhold stuff. And I think Brian knows that. And Brian's probably had shit withheld from him too. So when you were insinuating that he was doing the same thing, he probably got pretty pissed off.
I think I should apologize to him.
I think I would advise a chat and likely an apology, because we want to have good working relationships with the you don't turn your phone off, Lucas?
I put it back in. I'm turning it off.
Who was that? Who called you?
It was Sparks.
Oh my god, they probably listened to the whole thing.
It's fine. Okay, we're good. My phone's off. I put it back in. I forgot.
Well, hold on, I got a thought now.
Is your phone off?
Mine's in the car.
Yeah. Same.
But yeah, I think chat to Brian, just apologize. You know, maybe that you were coming off a little bit too much, you know, and I think he'll understand. Better talk about it than, you know, letting it simmer.
Yeah.
We are gonna have to work with the Marshals on this, you know. This is I'm surprised that they're not a bit more heavy-handed in the investigation already, given the kind of the potential extremity of the case. When you've got some,
he's threatened to wipe their bank account.
That's what I mean. But I'll say this: I think the Marshals are leaving it in our hands for now, because they're kind of giving us a bit of wiggle room, and I don't think Brian wants to step in and take cases like that. So I think just have a chat with him today if you get the chance. That's my advice. That's what I'd do. Because we don't want to have any bad relationship with those guys, do we?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like he's going to be too heavily. I'm pretty sure it's McAllister.
Yeah, I've been talking to McAllister a bit, yeah.
How it's like the team's looking at the moment is going to be Brandi, myself, you, McAllister, Brittany, and I'm asking Brittany Angel to like bring a couple people forward that are potentially working the case from a BCSO side. So we've got a couple people from every side, and because at the end of the day, we're all getting fed different information. I got a riddle the other day. Again, I don't know if it was the actual archivist. It was from an unknown number.
Go on then. What was it?
It's a long one. It might be easier if I put it in a document and share it with you. You don't have your phone on you. Do you have your phone?
I got a notebook.
Hey, chuck me that notepad. I'll write it down. Obviously, I was writing this down as I was hearing it, so it's not 100% accurate.
Have you noticed that all the CCTV images that we've been sent, the logo's different every time?
Yeah, did notice that. I've looked at them photos more detailed, like to see if there was anything like the hidden one. I didn't see anything.
Listen to my calls. Is it? So this was a riddle?
So the first bit wasn't a riddle. Explain it. So the phone call started with like these really like screeching noises, like 3 times. Then he said, someone is been listening into your calls. They pretend to be your friend. They also wear black and blue. They are LSPD just like yourself. And then they said, I'm gonna give you a riddle that will let you work out who it is. and then the riddle starts with I'm a name of my. That's where the riddle starts.
Okay. Hold on, let's have a look at this then. Well, first of all, I do have the ability to listen to phone calls, but it's not me, okay?
McAllister can, right?
Yeah, but he's not in black.
True.
I don't even know if he does. I don't know how many of the marshals have the listening device or not. So you haven't figured this out yet?
No, and I don't know if it was a like a troll from like someone that maybe heard that I'm investigating. I don't know. I just really don't know what to get from this riddle. Brandi thought it could be Knight, but again, he's not LSPD. But something Brandi did point out, Knight to this day has a LSPD call sign.
Could be a man or perhaps a brand.
Apparently there was a brand of coffee called Knight. Another thing Brandi said that pointed towards Knight was a mix of the great and well refined. She kind of maybe thought that was like an armor piece, like a knight in armor. This could be anyone. Again, it's a lot of those are reaches. I just don't know who it would be.
Yeah, I have to think on this one, I'll be honest. Can't think of who it might be.
Again, the voice was different to when I first spoke to that archivist. But yeah.
What was, read it out to me again there.
Give me a second. So he basically said someone was listening to my calls. They pretend to be your friend. They're also wearing black. I don't think he said black and blue. I think it was just black. And then he said they're also LSPD like yourself. I'm a name of might with power to lend. In physics and minds, I often transcend. A mix of the great and well-refined equations I carry with. I don't know if that was genius design. I don't remember the exact wording. I could be a man. I could be a man or perhaps a brand from coffee to currents. I don't know if that was currents or currency.
Currents. Oh, yeah, okay.
I take a stand. Electric and magnetic. I make them unite. Who am I with knowledge and might?
Could it be Christopher Watt?
Pardon?
Christopher Watt?
Who the hell is Christopher Watt?
W-A-T-T. There is a John Watt coffee. I don't know. Maybe I'm reaching here.
I've never met this man in my life.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like it would be him. I don't know. I'll have to think about it, but it's a bit concerning, isn't it?
Again, I don't want to ignore it for the reason of like, if he's giving maybe a riddle to every single one of us, and we need to piece them together. Maybe he says it's someone that's listening to my calls, but the riddle means something completely different.
I mean, who else have you spoken to about this?
Just Brandi.
Someone's
kind of ignored it
pretending
at
to be your
first, but-
friend, though.
God knows.
Maybe it's Arjun. I don't trust that guy.
I haven't really spoken too much about Arjun. I don't trust Arjun either. Said something crazy to me once upon a time.
What did he say?
We were up in Air 1, and then randomly, he just sounded really English, and then went, I'm gonna go faceless in an hour. And I thought, what?
What?
I think he's linked.
I'm gonna keep my beady eye on him.
Also, another time, yeah, he's something's dodgy with Arjun. Something's dodgy. Called him out on it, and he told me not to keep. He told me not to tell anyone and to keep it secret.
Yeah.
I kept it. I kept it secret.
Until
That's
now.
my TRT.
What's the land? Okay, I'm gonna
But
think about that.
seriously now, yeah, the riddle, that's something I want to look into. Did you say you had a written up thing for this account number 10 and 11?
Yeah, if you go to, it's not mine, but this is one we used. Well, if you just go to report
I don't know where, sorry.
31605, oh sorry, mate, 31605, you'll be able to see one. Obviously, that's for a lot more than what we need, but
Yeah, I can cut that down.
yeah, pretty simple.
Wait, is it just that easy?
Yeah,
So I don't even need to give a reason.
no, it's freedom of information. Yeah.
So could I put the reason as ongoing investigation?
Sure. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it's easy. Yeah, before we had the properties tab in the MDT, we used to use this to track who owned properties. So we'd see who was paying taxes every month on each property. Give us a good idea, roughly, who owned a property and when.
Damn.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you could do all of this.
Your mind is opening, Miller. You're transcending.
I am. Like, I didn't realize we had like access to all of this. This is crazy.
Yeah. It'll be
So
a bit difficult to read. Cause
I can just search by name though, no?
Yeah, you'll be able to search by name, but just be careful because there's like hundreds of thousands of results depending on how many, how long you request.
So
just
how long do
expect
you normally request?
I think it's completely dependent. Like if we were looking into like the Pred embezzlement case, we might have looked at a week, but for this, you probably want to do it. What the first sighting was? What, the 17th of September?
Something like that, yeah.
So I'd probably do from the 1st of September through to now. That give you a good range.
Are they gonna be pissed off that I request that like amount of time?
They shouldn't be. I'm pretty sure at one point I requested like 6 months worth of records, so
Okay.
yeah, it should be fine. If there's a judge
Yeah,
around.
if you were, yeah, okay.
I don't have my phone, but yeah, if there's a judge around, they'll probably do it. If there's not one around, I'd just go into the FOIA channel that we have, and I just ping one of them and be like, hey, this is up and ready for, I need this sorted, please, and then they'll get back to you ASAP.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do that then.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. So if we can get like any patterns of what he does, where he lives, it just gives us something to.
It might give us a way or an area to stake out for us to then kind of get some units in the area and potentially pull him over for a traffic stop, right? Then
That would be big.
Then we get his ID. But kind of what I said to Brandi. Is this really? I'm gonna ask this question. Has there been any photos or anything not from a CCTV camera?
Do you know I met the guy?
Oh shit, you did. Yeah, I remember now. Never mind. I was about to be like, has he actually left his house ever? But no, he has.
Yeah, I met the guy. Couldn't see any skin. like any. Again, we don't even know if it is him. It could have been a representation of him. It could
Oh,
have been
Brandi said that you were gonna like dress up as him or something.
I never did that.
You should do
I still
that.
remember what you think.
Very important.
Okay.
Because there is lots of men in trench coats and masks around this town, you know, with scary names beginning with the. So I think it's important that we distinguish, you know, how different this one is.
I'll get with Junior today, and we'll put it together, an outfit together.
Good idea.
Okay.
Okay. For now, I guess we just try and figure out how we can find this guy's state ID.
Yeah, I'll look into these
still...
records. I think that's good.
Any ideas for 01? Oops. 01. What was it? 0919 ACO? Anything
Nah,
yet?
nothing at the moment. That's
Yeah, I'm stumped on this too.
I think it's a date.
You think it was the 19th?
Oh yeah, exactly. If it came up like 3 days after, didn't it? You got that
That's
on
true,
a
yeah.
tweet of like the 23rd, I think it was.
Yeah.
So it's very close. Maybe it was like a date marking something.
Okay, have you guys spoke to Shang yet?
No, I'm avoiding the Shang angle because it very much conflicts with my case. The reason he pulled my records in the first place was to do with the case, I'm assuming.
Well, maybe if you're avoiding it, Brandi or somebody else could still talk to him, though, right?
Yeah, I think at the moment, I'm pretty sure a marshal's written up a subpoena for Shang.
Oh, really? Okay.
I don't know if it's been posted yet. I need to speak to McAllister.
Okay. Regardless, my advice is the same way you spoke to Nora. I think getting Shang down for a interview, not necessarily in the interrogation, would be a shout, because you never know what you're gonna get. You never know. I mean, just an example. I brought a guy in recently for an interrogation for first-degree murder, and we got a confession out of him, and he went to jail. You know what I mean? You never know what you're gonna get. Now, don't get me wrong. Shang is a absolute psychopath. He told me he wants to see the world burn down and everybody die.
Yeah, he cut two of my fingers off.
Yeah, he's a psycho.
He's a manipulator too.
But
very good one.
You never know. You never know what you're gonna get.
Do you think obviously the whole Nora stuff telling us exactly how they operate, and the fact we have proof of like pointing towards Shang having a book as well would be enough to raid? If we could raid Shang and find that book, I feel like that really, it builds a pattern.
It does build a pattern, but what are you raiding him? Are you raiding him for evidence of a crime? If so, what crime?
So can you raid someone to find evidence of a crime to point towards someone else?
Well, you'd have to have some pretty good PC that the evidence is going to be there, right?
Well, yeah, the PC would kind of be, at the same time, like, it would be like, actually, it wouldn't even, because the PC we've used for all these subpoenas so far is like treason, terrorism, but just stealing records in general wouldn't be those crimes, would it? We'd have to articulate a completely different crime, and again, it falls.
I mean, what about an accessory angle? Because if Shang was willful and knowledgeable about the crime, but wasn't necessarily like present to it or anything like that, you know, it's a difficult
He requested
one.
the crime, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like murder for hire, right? I mean, we don't have that here in this state, but in other states, if you hire a fucking hitman, then you can still get charged, right?
That's actually a very good point.
I mean, you've got the charges now. You know, you've got the. Obviously, it's a bit of a weird one if he requested them before the legislation was out. But there's definitely some angles. If you wanna do that, then I think there's some angles. Especially, I talked to Angel. I'm not like all legal out, you know. I'm not an expert on the law, but Angel is. If you're gonna go for that route, I'd speak to Angel.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's what I do then.
Okay.
Again, it's a avenue I don't particularly want to take because just the optics of me being sued by them and dealing with this big court case because of a raid.
Yeah.
And then it looks like a spy raid.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
it could be pushed in that angle. Anything while this is ongoing can be pushed in that angle.
How do you think that court case is gonna go?
They got a very good lawyer, and our legal side seems a bit all over the place. Like no one can really agree. We, in theory, on paper, we should win the court case.
Yeah.
We were acting within our boundaries. It depends.
Should we win?
Should we?
This, you know, is it a good thing that we win this?
They're pitching that like we done this raid maliciously, and we didn't. They were shooting cops, and we investigated that gang, and that led to me realizing that a bunch of that gang got caught with the like pattern of class 2, so we kicked their doors down.
No, I agree on that. They're not contesting it though, are they? It's all about those cars, right?
No, they're contesting the everything. They're saying the raid was malicious.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I thought it was just about the cars, though.
No, the cars are a big thing as well. Them painting that was malicious.
Was it?
No, it was cars and mechanic shop. Hey, believe me, it would have saved me a lot of trouble if I knew they were memorials. I wouldn't have gone near them.
Well,
believe
good
me.
luck to you, and I guess to us, because, you know, if that 54 million comes out of our account and we ain't getting paid for a while.
Yeah.
But, listen, I appreciate you bringing me into this Archivist stuff.
Of course.
I'll do my best to help you out.
Yeah, I'm a bounce ideas off you as much as I can. 'Cause this was really helpful, to be honest.
Careful. Alright.
I'm gonna work on this thingy, so I'll see you in a little bit.
Yeah, you take it easy, man, alright? Be careful with these guys, sir.
Of course.